Yes. Hi, my name is Skye Smith. I go to ESA, but probably know that. I often find myself frustrated and confused by things the human race has never been able to articulate. Things that are simply beyond the capability of our brains. This has led me to understand that my brain is a tool, and a tool can only do so much. Many times in my life, I've tackled questions which I've not had the capacity to answer. Where do I stand in the universe? What do I do in my short time on Earth to feel fulfilled? How do I live my life knowing that it's simply going to end abruptly? I let questions like this simmer in my head to the point where when I externalized them through art, all I could manifest was my frustrations. Eventually, art became an outlet for my anxiety, a coping mechanism for things that were beyond my control. Knowing most things are temporary, I knew that time would play its factor, and I would eventually be able to move forward. Now my art has become a beneficial tool for helping me find my way through the world, and I want to share this with as many people as possible. My art identifies the limits of the human consciousness and the internalizing of things beyond our knowledge and understanding. My art is a tool that lets me see the world in a way that comforts me without holding me back. In order to help me grow and move forward, I have to let my art follow where I am. I cannot jump to conclusions I don't have, but I can show you where I am. I have a fear of being held down and restricted. Ideally, I can exist freely, in the sense that I can make decisions on a daily basis that benefit me in the context of experiencing every edge of the human consciousness. This type of free living seemed impossible to me for the longest time, until rather recently. I was only able to make effective art when I realized that I have to support myself in the world. You cannot love and respect others if you do not love and respect yourself. I've spent too much time panicking about my relatively easy life. Learning progress only comes when you learn that the world doesn't feel bad for you. My art was only able to make a step when I realized I have to create answers myself instead of waiting for them to come to me. In a sense, that is exactly what my art has become. Instead of looking for my place in the universe, I need to tell the universe where I am. I need to create messages that are my own self-expression and share them through whatever mediums are at my disposal. Art allows me to space out my thoughts in a way that lets me process them and work through them as I am laying them out, which is something I could never do on my own. This has brought me to a place where I can use art to find solutions in things that are far bigger than me. All this to say, I'm nowhere near perfecting my life or answering universal questions. Progress and growth are difficult, and I certainly don't hide this in my art. My art creates a world of freedom. A world where anxiety can be felt, fear can be experienced, and anger can be processed without any judgment. I think it's important for people to get themselves to a place where they too can begin to create their own answers for the universe's great unfathomable questions. That said, there's a fine line between ignorance and bliss. My goal in art is to make pieces that make people question how they look at the world. I want people to question the world regarding their own place in it and what the significance of their place is. Ultimately, my goal is to bring art to the world that can help people be more observant of themselves and help people take the steps towards living their lives as effectively as possible through expression. Thank you for your time.